questions 1 through 10 on the 2005 Grade 10 Cayley Math Contest. The expression is equal to, we've got a plus 1, a minus 2, plus a plus 3, and a minus 4. We can group all the a's together. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, 4a. And grouping the numbers together, let's say we got 1 minus 2, and then we have 3 minus 4. So 4a minus 1, and that is 4a minus 2. So number 1, the answer is C. The value of this is 4 over 5, 5 over 6, 6 over 7, 7 over 8, and 8 over 9. Well, I hope you can see that you can do that cancellation there. Similarly, those 6's will cancel, 7's will cancel, the 8's will cancel. So all you're left with at the end is 4 over 9. So number 2, the answer is A. When 45 is divided by 7, the remainder is 3. What is the remainder when 70 is divided by 17? 70 divided by 17, 68, right, would be the closest number. So that would be 4. And then I'll just put the 68 in brackets there just to let you know what I did. And then the remainder would be 2, correct? Yeah, that's it. So number 3, the answer is D. If 3 over x plus 10 is equal to 1 over 2x, x is equal to, all right, 3 over x plus 10, 1 over 2x. You can cross multiply, and that will give you 6x is equal to x plus 10. And then that will be 5x is equal to 10, and therefore x is equal to 2. So number 4, the answer is D. A teacher writes 5 correct possible values for 5 squared minus 4 squared all to the power of 3 on the board and asks her class to decide which is correct. The correct value is. So we've got 5 squared minus 4 squared all to the power of 3. 5 squared is 25. 4 squared is 16. All to the power of 3. That looks like 9 to the power of 3. And 9 to the power of 3 is 729. Number 5, therefore, is E. Last week, a charity fundraiser had 8 volunteers who worked 40 hours and who each raised $18 per hour. This week, 12 volunteers, each working 32 hours, raised the same total amount of money. How much did each volunteer raise per hour this week? 8 volunteers, 40 hours, $18 an hour. And they're saying that is the same as 12 volunteers working 32 hours each and a certain amount of money per hour. So this is the mathematical equation. Now we just have to solve it. And if you do that, you will get x is equal to 15. And therefore, number 6, the answer is C. In the diagram, the line segment has a slope of minus 3 over 2. The value of B is. Well, the slope, as you hopefully remember, is rise over run. And they are telling you that it's negative 3 over 2. The rise is going to be 0 minus B over 8 minus 0. So if you do the cross multiplication, this looks like minus 3 over 2 over minus B over 8. And then we can cross multiply now. So this will be minus 24 is equal to minus 2B. And dividing, you get B is equal to 12. So number 7, the answer is B. Jack went running last Saturday morning. He ran the first 12 kilometers at 12 kilometers per hour and the second 12 kilometers at 6 kilometers per hour. Jill ran the same route at a constant speed and took the same length of time as Jack. Jill's speed in kilometers per hour was. So 12 kilometers per hour in 1 hour, and he's running 12 kilometers. So how much time? Well, I'm sure you can figure that out. X is 1 hour. So that first 12 kilometers, it takes Jack 1 hour. And then he runs another 12 kilometers, and it's the same, it's not the same pace this time. It's 6 kilometers per hour. So 12 kilometers at 6 kilometers per hour. And we have to figure out how many hours or how many minutes. So if you do the cross multiplication, you get 6x equal to 12, and therefore x is equal to 2. So 2 hours to run that second 12 kilometers. So in total, Jack is going to be running for 3 hours. All right. Now we turn our attention to Jill, and Jill is running the same route at a constant speed and took the same length of time. Okay, so she's running the same route, so she's running 24 kilometers just like Jack did, and she's running for the same amount of time, so 3 hours just like Jack, and we want the speed. Well, speed is, of course, distance over time, and that's going to be 8 kilometers per hour. And therefore, number 8, the answer is 8, and that is choice A. ABCD is a rectangle where M is the midpoint of BC and N is the midpoint of CD. If CM is 4, NC is 5, what percent of the area of the rectangle is shaded? So M is the midpoint of BC, so that means this is the same as that, like that. And N is the midpoint of CD, so DN is the same as NC, like that. CM, they tell you, is 4, and NC, they tell you, is 5. Okay? And therefore, BM must be 4, and DN is also 5. Okay? So what percentage of the area of the rectangle is shaded? So first, let's just figure out the area of the rectangle. That's pretty straightforward. It'd be length times width, which is 10 times 8. And then the area that is shaded, I'll put in the numerator here, and that looks like it will be the area of the entire rectangle, 10 times 8, and subtract from that the area of this triangle here, this NCM, I guess. So that's 1/2 base times height, like that. So this looks like 80 minus 20 divided by 210, and then all over 80. So that's 70 over 80. And as a percentage, that is, I think, well, as a decimal, it's 0.875, and therefore as a percentage, it would be 87.5. So number 9, the answer is D. In the diagram, PT is parallel to QR. What is the size of angle PQR? PQR is this angle right in there. All right, well, let's see, what can we do here? Well, one thing is, immediately I figured out that that angle has got to be 180 minus 128, correct? Because the sum of the angles about a line are equal to 180. So that angle is 52. And then, since these two lines are parallel, this angle is the exact same as that angle, right? So 2x is equal to 128. And therefore, x is equal to 64. And then now, we can use all the angles in that shape and add them all up. X plus 2x plus the PQR that we are interested in plus 52 is equal to 360, right? Because those are essentially two triangles. You can cut that shape like that and it'll be two triangles, and everybody knows that the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180. So here we got 3x plus angle PQR is equal to, looks like 308. Now x we just figured out was 64, so we can substitute that in. And therefore this looks like PQR will be 308 minus 3 times 64, which is 192. And that is 116 for angle PQR. So number 10, the answer is A.